Thursday, March 19th, 2026 meeting of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners. Would you please rise and join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great, thank you. Do some introductions. I'm Jeff Benton, President of the Board this year. To my right is our Vice President and Commissioner Gary Merrill. To my left is fellow Commissioner Barb Lewis, Eric Hostetler, and Don Houston. Our Deputy Administrators are here as well. Allie Bluzich and Jennifer Walraven are running things, so we can begin.
Resolution number 26-185 in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held March 12th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 26-185. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
We do not have any public comment today. That brings us to item number 3, resolution number 26-186. In the matter of approving purchase orders and announce certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0318 and procurement card payments in batch number PC APR 0318.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 26-186. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 26-187, in the matter of granting the annexation petition from agent for the petitioner, Molly Gwynn, requesting annexation of 15.827 acres of land in Brown Township to the city of Delaware.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 26-187. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 26-188, in the matter of a new liquor license request from New Green Bracket Club and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no requests for hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Vote?
Vote on motion 26-188. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 26-189, in the matter of approving the national opioid settlements with various pharmaceutical distributors and dispensers and authorizing the county administrator to execute the participation form for the settlement.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Good morning, Eric Hostetler. As the opioid litigation continues on in the nationwide opioid cases, we have a group of additional distributors who have reached a settlement, and this actually will not go through the One Ohio MOU. This is a separate settlement with direct allocation to local jurisdictions, and this resolution will approve that settlement and authorize the county administrator to sign the settlement participation form. Happy to answer any questions.
Do you know the settlement amounts at this point?
So they have percentages allocated, but until we have full participation, we usually don't know. I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of $25,000.
Okay. So this group is not significant litigants in it? Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, question, what about the townships? Did you have to apply to be a part of the settlement?
So the participation for this, you had to have a certain population threshold. And so I
Okay.
think the only entities in Delaware County were the city of Delaware and then the county.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there are any other participants.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, thanks for your continued work on this
Yes.
very complex
Yeah.
process. Jennifer, let's vote, please.
Vote on motion 26-189. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 26-190, in the matter of approving compensation for attorneys appointed by the Humane Society of Delaware County to prosecute violations of law relating to the prevention of animal cruelty.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
So this resolution would approve compensation for attorneys that are appointed by the Humane Society. The Humane Society has the statutory authority to appoint special prosecutors to assist with their animal cruelty prosecutions, and an appointment was made back in February. The proposal was to set compensation equal to what we pay our public defenders, and I think that's a reasonable proposal. And so this resolution would authorize that compensation.
Have we done this before, Eric? I don't
Not that I can recall.
I was gonna say, I don't remember, but certainly the right thing to do. Jennifer?
Vote on motion 26-190. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 26-191, in the matter of confirming the reallocation of special assessments for the construction of the realigned Home Road, County Road 124, located just west of US Route 23 in Orange Township, Delaware County, Ohio.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
One of the parcels that was subject to the special assessment for the realignment of Home Road has been split or is in the process of being split, and this resolution would reallocate the assessment between those two child parcels after the split is completed. Happy to answer any questions you might
It
have.
doesn't change the total dollars that would be collected.
Total amount is still the same each year, and I can't remember if there's 10 or 11 years left on this assessment.
Okay. All right, other questions, comments? Vote, please, Jennifer.
Vote on motion 26-191. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Before I read item number 9, we do have an error there that instead of consolidated, it came up as error, so I reprinted that for you. I'm not sure what happened there, so it is with consolidated. Resolution number 26-192, in the matter of approving an agreement with electrical services with Consolidated Cooperative for 2104 State Route 521.
So, second.
Discussion.
Good morning, John Melvin, Director of Facilities. This agreement will establish the electrical service from Consolidated Electric for the new shared services building out there at the Bixby campus.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 26-192. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 26-193, in the matter of approving a transfer of funds for Family Children's First Council.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Any comments on this one? I guess they're pretty routine. I don't know if Justin had anything to comment on. Okay. Vote, please.
Vote on motion 26-193. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Resolution number 26-194, in the matter of approving a letter of support for the Delaware County Historical Society.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jane Hawes, Director of Communications. We received a request from the Delaware County Historical Society. They're seeking a grant from a telecommunications company for the purpose of building a multi-use trail through their property. So they're seeking letters of support from different government jurisdictions. So we do recommend your approval.
Okay. Yeah. Good for them. Hope they get it. Be nice to have that leg completed. Other questions, comments? Vote, please.
Vote on motion 26-194. Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Item number 12, Director Fischel has an update for the board.
Yeah, we have a very special award to chat about this morning. Congratulations to EMS.
Thank you. Jeff Fischel, Director of EMS, Delaware County. I wanted to recognize some members of our team today for their work, and as you're aware, we got CAPC accreditation on a preliminary aspect pending an on-site review. That on-site review, which was held virtually recently, happened, and the inspector told us that he would be referring us for continued accreditation. So I want to just talk a little bit about what CAPC is, and then I'm going to recognize from some people from the team. So Medic 1 advised us that if they got up and left, it's because they got a call. So they're just all doing their
I assumed that when
job.
they left, they had a call,
Yeah.
which speaks well of them.
So CAPC stands for the Commission on Accreditation of Pre-Hospital Continuing Education. So I'm a firm believer that if we're going to do something, we got to do it really well. And you not only do it well, you got to prove it. You have to have somebody come in and validate that you're doing a good job at it. And that's why we have CAS accreditation, and now we have CAPC accreditation. So we've had a training and education department for quite a while here. We expanded it in 2019 by adding 2 clinical captains, and we expanded it again the year after by adding shift clinical educators. And then we expanded it even further just a couple of years ago when we added coordinator in Ben Berger, who is instrumental behind all of this. He's in charge of our CAS accreditation and our CAPC accreditation. But CAPC is specifically about education and training. And when you are CAPC accredited, they assure that all content is relevant for the entire audience, It's supported by relevant learning objectives, medically accurate, properly referenced, it's original work, it's grammatically correct, and not misleading or based on commercial bias. It also requires that providers reference relevant peer-reviewed literature to the greatest extent possible. Every effort is made to cite evidence-based guidelines wherever applicable. CE hours are accurately applied. It unfortunately is not an unknown thing in the industry that maybe somebody can only do 2 hours of education but get credit for more than that. And CAPC ensures that you are accurately getting credit for the hours that you have put forth. Student activities, attendance, and interactions are recorded, tracked, and reported to the CAPC data management systems. The students evaluate the program on completion of the lesson, and the program committee analyzes the students' evaluation to determine ways to improve their activities. A lot of this is stuff we've already been doing for some time. CAPC just has kind of forced us to document it in a different way, and you know, once they came in and saw how we actually operate as an agency, they were impressed with the team and were quick to award the accreditation. So, you know, I get to stand up here and brag about the team. That's the perks of being the director. But really, the people behind this, you know, it starts with Chief Cox, and she's out of town right now, but she leads this this side of our department. And then there's some pretty instrumental people in making this happen. But Captain Scott Gano is our captain over the training division back there. He was interviewed during the process. Captain Glenn Keating over CQI, right there. And then Ben Berger, who's our coordinator. Without him, it wouldn't have occurred. So that's our feelings towards Ben. He's the backbone on this whole project. But also, we have, you know, shift clinical educators, which I think, you know, Kyle Goodnight's here today to represent them, but there's 5 others also out in the field. Dr. Panchel, Dr. McAllister, our accreditation, or sorry, our certification courses, all of this falls in line with this. It's a big deal. I know Ben is probably staring a hole right through me because it puts a lot of work on him to make sure things are in line in a certain way, and it could be a little frustrating at times, but he's very good at it. He's very detail oriented, and because of him, we, you know, knocked it out of the park during our assessment. So I want to present, you know, bring this information to you to let you know that we hold ourselves accountable to the visitors and taxpayers of Delaware County. You've invested heavily into our training department, and I want to show you, you know, what that's going towards and the fruits of the labor, if you will. So Ben, Glenn, Scott, anybody want to come take the mic? Everybody loves to do that when I offer.
Yeah,
They're all sitting in the back rows.
they're right.
You're up.
Chief
you're on
Miller?
your own.
Chief Miller will talk.
Hi, Jeremy Miller, Assistant Chief, Delaware County EMS. Previous to my time here, I served as a board of director for CAPC, as well as I was an employee for CAPC prior to this. And it is not one of those organizations that issues out the accreditation freely. It is something that it very much has to be earned. And what a lot of people in our industry, I think what Chief Fischel was kind of alluding to, is a lot of people say they're the best and they have nothing to kind of vouch for it. They don't have a third party organization coming in with a fine tooth comb and looking at everything. And very prominent in our community is you'll take a computer-based education and you'll click, 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 and all of a sudden you got 3 hours of education when you took 10 minutes. And so this prevents all that and ensures adequate education and that we are actually doing what we say that we're doing. So I'm very proud of the team. I'm very proud of the work because I know the back end of what it takes to get this. I have evaluated other sites nationally for it, and it is not one that just automatically is awarded. So I'm very, very proud of our team.
That's great. Yep.
There he is, yeah.
Thank you, Glenn Keating, Captain of Quality Improvement and Outcomes for Delaware County EMS. The part I want to emphasize was during our review, they really only found one deficit, and the part that was a deficit was a small misspelling. However, that was copy and pasted from their website, so we'll, it was a correction to be made across the entire system. But what I do want to point out is the dedication of all of our providers, and I wish Medic One was still here to point them out specifically, because really without them, we wouldn't be able, we wouldn't have this on our shoulders, because the results we get through the care that they deliver, I think, is really the key thing here, and one of the big things that CAPC looks for. So our quality program, our quality assurance and improvement program was emphasized during this review, and that really is the validating piece that shows that the education that we deliver is up to their standards. And so without that, of course, I can talk all day long, and so can Captain Gano and Ben, to a bunch of people, but without them actually going out and delivering that care adequately in the field, and the documentation and the outcomes and the results, because of that, we probably would not have this accreditation. So I'd be remiss without mentioning all of our providers as well. So thank you.
Is there anyone else in the state that has this accreditation?
There is an agency out of Toledo that's hospital-based. It's called ProMedica. Sorry, that has it, and they also have a ambulance division and a critical care division. Other than that, there's no other agency, at least that I'm aware of, and they list their agencies on their website. That is a 911 provider that also does training in-house. It's not a common thing for agencies like ours to have. If you go to the website and scroll through, you'll find very few just ambulance providers that have this, because it's not an easy thing to gain.
It's the only nationally recognized organization of its type. It's the only one. So there's not multiple accreditations that do the same thing. This is the only one.
Yeah, and it's even less common to be CAS and CAPC combined. So we're very proud of that, and Chief Miller and Captain Keating make great points about how difficult it is to obtain, and how the training's one thing, but the providers actually carrying it out in the field is really what matters. So with that being said, I wanted to update you all on that and answer any questions or further questions you might have.
So then there's the education, but then also the training, that's part of the course?
Yeah, so it's all combined. So the education, training go hand in hand, but everything we do, and you've seen our simulation labs and such before, and we do online content, all that kind of stuff now has to adhere to strict objectives and such to earn the CAPC label on it. And I will say, not every single piece of education we do gets the CAPC stamp. Some stuff, it just doesn't, it's kind of a quick in-house education, doesn't rise to that level. But quite a bit of what we do receives that CAPC stamp.
Okay, thank you. Boy.
We have nothing to hold and present to you today. This is more of an update. We'll get a certification. They don't typically send out a plaque like CAS does or anything. So it's a little more behind the scenes of an accreditation, but nonetheless very important and worth talking about.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Very good news to hear. I think in your description earlier that you sent out, there were 10 agencies across the country that have received this level of distinction?
That's what I can tell when I'm looking at the website. Of course, that's give or take, one or two. You can't always tell from the name of an organization. Is that an ambulance service, or is that an education only, like a school? So that's what I can tell. Is it's about 10, possibly 15, somewhere around there, that are ambulance services like ours that have this.
I mean, that's remarkable. It'd be so few, even if it's 15. I mean, again, just very, very few across the whole country. So congratulations. I know, like you said, a lot of effort, a lot of teamwork, a lot of training, et cetera, went into it, but congratulations.
Thank you.
I'd just like to I think our residents in our county should feel very comfortable when they go to bed at night that we have people of this quality that are there when an emergency occurs in their home or on the road or whatever. And very proud of the organization and for everybody involved. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Congratulations. I bet you're relieved.
When do you get the certificate?
Um,
You know?
It'll probably be a month and a half because they have to have their meeting and then it'll be issued to us.
Okay.
So,
It goes before the board for the final approval from the recommendation.
Great.
Well, when you get it, come back, we'll get a
Yeah,
photo.
yeah,
How's
we'll get a
that?
picture.
all right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Kyle Goodnight, Delaware County EMS paramedic and shift clinical educator. So I'm one of the unique people in the room right now that not only is on the truck as a provider, like Glenn just mentioned, but I'm also part of our education department that just got this accreditation. And I can tell you firsthand, by not only training our department and going out to the men and women on the street, but being one of the men on the street, this is a huge deal when it comes to our training and what we deal with. I've also been involved with people calling me about some certain things in the EMS world from around the country recently. And when they find out that we're CAPC accredited, or we were trying for it at the time, and now we are, it is actually really well known in the industry, and they are very impressed that we're a part of that. So I just wanted to, being somebody that's not only the one that Glenn mentioned, but also someone that is actually in the training department, just to say how important this is to all of us that live in the county like I do and provide for the county. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good.
I have one other comment before you guys leave. Are you getting ready to make another comment, or? I just want to say, we were at the Camping World event this morning, and the Honor Guard for EMS will be doing helping the flag raising at 10 o'clock that we couldn't stay for. So just kudos to all the different ways you guys serve this great county. I felt it appropriate to mention while you guys were here, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, thanks, everybody. All right, Jennifer?
That brings us to item number 13, resolution number 26-195, in the matter of approving the FY 2025 Community Development Block Grant Federal Award Agreement with the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, Office of Community Planning and Development.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Morning, Commissioners. Justin Navi, Director of Finance. Just as some background, HUD has finalized the review process on the grant application that was submitted for this. And again, the purpose of the resolution is to authorize the grant agreement between the county and HUD. One other item to note, when the request for federal funding was submitted last year, it was signed by Commissioner Lewis, so that's why she's being listed as the official signing the grant agreement.
Okay. And again, reading through the description of the journal entry, it looks like there were 407,000 is the application.
Correct.
So, and do you have anybody submitting projects at this point?
We had planning meetings with all the participating entities 2 weeks ago, and the applications are due, I believe, April 15th.
Okay.
So we can send out a listing of those projects. I know on one of the calls, 2 council members from Ostrander were on the call, as well as reps from Orange Township.
Good, good. Yeah, good to get the word out, because this, it could be significant dollars to help
Right.
improve the downtown or whatever. So, okay, Jennifer?
Resolution, vote on resolution 26-195. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
We
Thank
do
you.
have
Thanks,
one
Mr.
item for other business consideration today, resolution number 26-196, in the matter of approving the employment of legal counsel and fixing the compensation to be paid for legal services pursuant to RC 309.09C.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, Eric Hostetler again. As you're aware, we have retained the firm Fischel, Downey, Albrecht, and Riepenhoff through an application to the court for labor and employment matters. And this resolution would authorize miscellaneous matters come up throughout the year where we'd like to retain them. And rather than going through the application process each time that those matters come up, providing just a cap for additional miscellaneous legal services and authorizing the county administrator to enter into any individual engagement letters for those matters.
And they've done good work on the employment in that area, but good to see them authorized to do other stuff. Jennifer? Vote.
Vote on motion 26-196. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Benton?
Aye.
That brings us to administrative reports.
Okay. Commissioner Merrill? Oh, we got to administer any.
You're making
You've been
And Eric
demoted.
has a comment every meeting, so.
Yeah.
I know there's gonna be something after this.
So yesterday, I attended the drainage retreat for soil and water in the county engineer's office. Several of the members of the soil and water board were there, staff from the engineer's office, members from the prosecutor's office. And they do this every year, feed everybody breakfast and lunch, and talk about various issues related to the drainage maintenance program. And a couple of issues that will be coming back to us, they informed me when I arrived that they have, I think, at least 5 projects that are ready to be submitted.
Yes.
And I said I would tell Jennifer that she could blame me. I said, go ahead and send them over and we'll get them scheduled. So we might be doing some on the same day. I even talked with them about having a separate, basically like a special session where we would do a couple of these to get them knocked out. So that's going to be coming over. And the other thing is, I'm glad John's sitting here because he's, I think, already had conversations with them about a drainage maintenance building out at the Bixby site. And if not, you will soon be having those conversations. They'd like to get some of their equipment out of the engineer's building where it's taking up space and kind of hampering the engineer's operations. And the rest of their equipment is on an open surface lot. And so they're looking at doing a modest pole barn to house their equipment. And so we'll be sending over a proposal for that. So that's all I had.
It's a first.
Quite a bit, yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the update. Dawn?
I have a couple items as well. Dawn Houston, Deputy Administrator. I attended the Delaware County Transit Board meeting yesterday evening, and they started out the meeting with recognizing a few of their employees. One was Brad Hines. He received the award for compassion and action, and he was driving one of their buses when it was hit by another vehicle a few months ago. It was a pretty serious accident, and he was able to help not only with the passenger on board, but with the other party in the accident. Years of Service Award went to Buddy Woods. He received his 5-year service award, and 2025 year-end awards went out to Kim Sargent. This is the 4th year that she's received both of these awards for most accident-free hours, which was 2,028 hours, and most accident-free miles driven, 41,068 miles. And then finally, Tom Young received most accident-free passengers transported, which was 6,849 passengers. So it was nice to see the employees and hear all of the positive things that they had to say about working at Delaware County Transit. Just a really kind of heartwarming meeting overall to see them and their awards. They also have started an initiative with the community. They've partnered with the Hunger Alliance and the Health District to purchase grocery carts that fit on the buses. So, you know, one of the biggest reasons people ride the bus is for shopping. And not always were they able to get as many groceries as they really needed. And it will help cut down on their trips, paying the $2 that they could put toward the cost of food. So they were able to purchase 75 grocery carts, and they're hoping to purchase more in the future for their riders. So it was a great meeting.
Would they keep the grocery carts at the grocery stores?
No, the grocery carts belong to the riders. They were able to
They would take
get-
them off the bus, do the shopping, and bring them back onto the bus?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
So with the grant through the Health District, they were able to provide these carts to their riders, and they keep them and just bring them back and forth. and they're hoping that they'll be able to get future grants to be able to assist others as well.
That's great.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Don. Thanks, Andy and the team. They continue to do really good things over there. Commissioner Merrill.
I have several things. First of all, we didn't have a meeting Monday. I think we should take a second and just say congratulations to everybody that was involved in the substantial win we had last week. Don called me about 3:30 or 4 o'clock and kind of gave me an update. And 911, EMA, the Sheriff's Department, where one of the big trailers were turned over over on Old State. They were out there deterring people, and I think there was another up on 23, as I believe I'm correct on that. And a lot of people in the county did their jobs exceedingly well in a very unusual circumstances. And when Don called me, I'm looking out the back window. I was home at that time, about 4 o'clock, and out on the golf course were golfers in 50-mile-per-hour wind, which I find unbelievable. I don't know what club you know to use. So,
That's where you're in upwind or downwind.
well, it was they'd be going southwest towards the par 5, but I found that amazing. I didn't watch them take a shot because I was talking to Don, but that was interesting.
Golfers are tough.
And I guess they are. The other things I mentioned about Camping World, I spoke briefly, as you did, with the manager, Zach. I do not know his last name. And he was talking about all the writing he was doing on the title work. And my comment to him was, and you obviously saw a lot of vehicles in the last 2 weeks during your soft opening, and he confirmed they had. So they've been well received by the local community already, and this is going to bring people from other counties to come here to shop. And as I indicated, the flag being raised was at 10 o'clock this morning, and our EMS was involved, Honor Guard was involved in that. So it's going to be a great addition to our county, as other things that are in the progress of opening out there over the next few months. In other areas, I have a CCO board meeting and retreat tomorrow, and yesterday I had an online meeting with a committee of Human Services with CCO and SNAP, and other things were discussed in that. And just a lot going on right now. And then General Government Policy Committee meeting is this afternoon, and I'll attend that online as well. And I'll let you talk about the chamber state of the county, since you'll be presenting there. So that's all I have.
Commissioner Lewis?
Just want to thank again all the first responders. We have so many categories of first responders, and you know, our EMA, we kept getting these updates from Alex McCarthy, our director of EMA, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, the wind just kept getting more ferocious, it seemed, by the hour, and then it stayed. It was really, and all the outages that we had, and so you know, our 911 made the news with the volume of calls that they were receiving, and I know.
Calls.
Oh yeah, just yes.
They had to bring in extra people and so on.
Yeah.
And a shout out to Don, who kind of coordinated in representing us as commissioners for the job you did as well.
Yes, yes.
Well, it was a team effort. Ali Glusich was there, Jane Haas,
Jane
Eric Weiss.
sent out an excellent reminder to people who were calling 911, and you know, just set up the parameters, you know, for people calling 911. Just boy, inundated.
I was amazed by our 911 supervisors and dispatchers. Lauren Yancannon, our director, came in on a vacation day so that she could assist. And I've never experienced seeing such, I guess, the call volume that they had Friday. It was unbelievable.
Gosh, yes.
It is amazing, amazing effort.
Going down 23 between Home Road and the next light, there's 8 poles that were temporary poles with lines on them. All 8 of them were broken off and on the ground.
During the windstorm.
From the windstorm. It's unbelievable how much that went. I lost a bush in the backyard, but that's nothing compared to some of the other losses that were occurred, trees and vehicles turned over, and it was not only a heavy wind, probably 50 plus, but for the length of time the wind blew, it was.
So
it was
I think it's over 70.
Yeah.
That's what I heard, miles per hour. I'll throw the ball to you since you're
Okay.
speaking.
Just a few other things. Speaking of the state of the county, we are doing our annual Commissioners' State of the County at the Delaware Chamber at noon today, and I'll be representing the county along with, I think, Jonathan and
Rob Riley?
yeah, Dana. I don't know if Dana's speaking or not, but anyway, there'll be economic development, and then Rob Riley from the engineer's office, because everybody always wants to know about what's going on with the roads. Went to the Heisler lecture last night at Ohio Wesleyan. They do this every year. It's a lecture on ethics and well attended, good event. We've had a bunch of CCAO and subco meetings over the past few weeks. I mean, there's so many committees and there's so much going on that it's really good group and getting a lot done. Health District annual meeting is this evening. Morpsey's State of the Region is tomorrow over lunch. Powell Chamber, talking on the legislation initiatives that affect local economic development and so on. And then lastly, the NCAA tournament starts in an hour and 20 minutes. So if you haven't gotten your pools in, you need to do that quickly. And just for the record, I have to comment that Miami University did win their play-in game last night.
But they have a loss too now. Last time reported, there was no losses.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I think they lost in the playoff?
The tournament,
Yeah.
MAC tournament.
I
they
just,
lost.
I do want to correct the record on that since you talked.
Well, they were
about
31-0 the last time I mentioned them. But they did win last night. Now they beat SMU, and now they play Tennessee, which is not going to be easy. So anyway,
Will not
good
be
news.
easy.
And no executive
We
session
do
today.
not have any